All right, y'all, hold up. Today, we're talking Claressa Shields. We're also talking Papoose, who once again is nowhere to be found, and girl, that's a pattern. Claressa has now made her grand declaration after going back and forth with folks online. But let's be real, I already know she's probably about to hop right back into arguing after this because she's turned her latest fight win into a full-blown Papoose appreciation tour. According to her, Papoose was responsible for the win. Yes, you heard that right. Papoose was responsible. The way she's telling it, he did everything but step into the ring himself and start swinging on Franchone Cruz in the 11th hour. Y'all, we have got to unpack this, especially now that Claressa is suddenly embracing black love after previously saying black love fades and it was all about that gold love. And now we're hearing about some invincible black love. Okay then, let's get into this recent post she just dropped, because listen to this. She writes, "Every time I step into that ring, I carry your love with me," with the boxing glove and green heart emojis. So wait, does that mean even the fights before you got entangled with Papoose, you were carrying him too? You mean to tell me you were pining for this man all those years ago? No ma'am, no ma'am. Then she says, "You calm my nerves, pray over me, and remind me who I am daily." Well, if that's the case, why are you online arguing with strangers every other day? I'm confused. She continues, "Winning is sweet, but sharing it with you is everything," with the teary-eyed and fingers crossed emojis. "This joy feels different. This love feels powerful," with the strength emoji, that invincible black love. Interesting choice of branding. So is this the new rollout now? Because Remy and Papoose were the face of black love, so now we're pivoting to invincible black love? Okay. She adds, "I'm so grateful we get to live it out loud," with the heart emoji. Well, technically, that only happened because Remy exposed everything, but I digress. Then with the star emoji, she says, "Thank you for being a man, making my life easier and protecting me. Your support doesn't go unnoticed, Poppy. Love you," with the kiss emoji. She tags Papoose, throws in hashtags like Claressa Shields and Gold Love, and even tags Lemuel Plummer from Zeus Network talking about, "Lo, why are you photobombing?" And you won't believe this, some people think this whole situation is a storyline play cooked up by him and Papoose to drag us into the drama just to end up embarrassed on Zeus like everybody else. I honestly thought Claressa had a wake-up call and realized leaning into this Papoose saga wasn't the best look for her brand, especially after not thanking him publicly after her Sunday win and getting snippy on live when people asked where he was. But then it clicked. She's still heated at Franchone Cruz for exposing that the timeline with her and Papoose allegedly goes back way further than people thought. Not to mention Franchone saying Claressa is second in her own relationship because this is still a married man she's tied to. Let me say this clearly. Do not let invincible black love or gold love sell you a fantasy if the man is still legally married. If Papoose's love is really that strong and y'all are going the distance, why hasn't he finalized a divorce from Remy Ma? Where is the paperwork? Where is the decree? Where is the closure? And the people in the comments hyping this up like it's a fairy tale. Pause. Even folks over at the Shade Room are eating it up, calling it beautiful, and I'm side-eyeing all of it. No. Because here's the caveat. If this was somebody you didn't like boldly parading around with a married man, you'd be calling her a bird, a pick-me, desperate, thirsty, begging, and let's not forget that's basically the energy that was brought up in that Tasha K interview with Engage the 305. So let's keep the same standards across the board. Because let's be honest, if you were truly secure in your situationship with Papoose, you wouldn't feel the need to keep making loud declarations and dramatic proclamations all over social media. It always raises an eyebrow when the woman is doing all the heavy lifting publicly while Papoose gets to sit back in chill mode, talking about, "I don't really do social media like that," or "I'm not big on cameras." Hold up, because you don't mind cameras at weigh-ins or press conferences when it's time to hype up Claressa Shields and soak in that spotlight. You didn't mind cameras on Love and Hip Hop when you were showcasing that so-called black love with Remy Ma and playing the devoted husband holding her down in prison to build that stand-up guy image. And now suddenly you won't mind cameras again if you pop up on a Zeus Network show, which we all know is basically another version of Baddies where somebody's eventually knucking and bucking, so make that make sense. Claressa Shields is deep in this over Papoose. I'm telling you, it feels like she's funding the lifestyle while he inches closer to whatever bag he can secure. And she's so wrapped up in the promise of what this was supposed to be that she can't see the weeds around her. Franchon Cruz already said Claressa sold out for fame and an entanglement with a married man that was allegedly supposed to bring fortune and visibility. That kind of move costs you real-life friends, family, and anybody who isn't a yes person in your ear. Now the only voices around her are the ones saying, clap back at the haters, post Papoose, the people love it. But listen to this, when it all implodes, those same commenters cheering today will be the first ones saying, you knew he was married to Remy Ma, you knew there was no finalized divorce, you knew there was no decree. They'll remind you there were no legal proceedings wrapped up, no asset split, no paperwork clearing the way. And here's the part nobody wants to say out loud. If anything serious ever happened to Papoose, Remy Ma would legally be the one making medical and estate decisions, not you. Because on paper, you're just the entanglement, the adulterous situationship, the off-camera companion when he's not in NYC. It's giving him time for you when the cameras flash, but once they cut, he's back in New York in a New York minute. Isn't it interesting we haven't really seen Papoose since the cameras were rolling on Sunday's fight? Like clockwork. He pops out for the pose, highlights the celebrity crowd, drops a little post about Claressa singing to him at the club so he can feel tapped in with the young crowd and the clout. But once the smoke clears, poof, he's gone. And tell me why he hasn't even been consistently liking or commenting on Claressa's posts lately, because you know that would be the bare minimum. I'm sure now that it's being called out, we might see a little or two, but as of this moment, it's quiet. Meanwhile, Claressa is looking all in, and the Shade Room is posting it like this is couple goals, and I'm just sitting here saying, girl, be careful. And here's what really gets me. I don't understand how people keep bringing up the little girls who look up to Claressa Shields, the young athletes who want to grow up and follow in her footsteps. You're promoting this dynamic with a legally married man like it's aspirational, like it's not problematic, not disturbing, not messy. Girl, that doesn't scream empowerment, it screams low standards and misplaced validation. And then to turn your championship win into a tribute tour for Papoose feels like a complete slap in the face to your own grind. It's almost like you weren't even the one in the ring putting in the work. The way it's framed, you'd think Papoose was the one trading punches with Franchon Cruz. At this point, it feels like you're losing the plot. So don't come back telling us about your victories or the lack of knockouts if apparently those wins now belong to Papoose, because from the way you're presenting it, he's the real MVP, right? That's the message being sent, whether you mean to or not. But anyway, y'all already know what it is. Run this video up, hype it up, tap that like button. That's it, that's all. We've reached the end of the road on this one. Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you're locked in the second I post something new. I'll catch you in the next one.